as you can see, Bobby Boy and I enjoyed a very lovely time walking outside. This is called Glowing Wild at Turtle Bay here in Redding, California, and they do this lights festival every Christmas and every spring, and I love it. I look forward to it every year, and it's just such a nice thing to do, and the weather was perfect.
Do you love it, Bobby Boy?
It's horrible.
It's a giant
So
octopus.
boring. It's lights.
You love octopus. Octopi?
But this is not an octopi.
It is.
These are not octopi.
You love it. Come with me to play 3-5 No Limit Hold'em here at my favorite card room in Northern California, the Casino Club. Action looks good. I'm buying in for $800, so hopefully we can run good and spin up a stock. Those of you who don't know me, I'm Lexy Gavin-Mather, professional poker player and coach, and I was the 2020 Female Player of the Year. And I travel the world playing cash games and tournaments, and I give you strategy tips along the way. Okay, now that I've done my intro, let's go hop into the game. So the very first hand, which I actually didn't film, but I was dealt pocket kings in the bomb pot, which is so crazy because there's no pre-flop betting in double board bomb pots. I wound up chopping, so I won a little bit on the first hand, which is always nice. The second hand is a dream spot. The hijack raises to $25 and the cutoff calls. I looked down at pocket aces on the button. This is such a good spot for multiple reasons. First of all, having aces in position is always amazing, but it looks like I'm going to be 3-betting pretty wide in this spot with a polarized range because it's versus the later position open. So this looks like a standard squeeze spot, but I happen to have it here. Also, definitely never considering slow playing this by calling because I am facing players that really like to call. So bumping it up, I think that I'm gonna get a lot of callers. So I bump it up to $90. I think I could have even gone a little bit bigger considering how we are on the deeper side, but I went 90. The cutoff calls and we flop top set of aces on the ace of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 6 of clubs. So I'm definitely gonna be betting here. I want to deny the draw's equity from getting there or charge him more for his draws if he does have a draw. And I want to build the pot because I have top set. So I go $50 and he calls. The turn is the 2 of spades. I'm definitely betting again. It's a beautifully clean turn. I bet 120. He shoves. I snap call. Shows a single ace and I wound up scooping a very nice second pot. So the next hand, the cutoff raises to $15 and I have ace queen off. I decide to 3-bet here to $50. He calls. The flop is jack of clubs, 10 of spades, 4 of spades. I decide to check here and not c-bet. I think that I can comfortably call a bet, especially with the gut shot and the 2 overs, but I don't necessarily want to c-bet and bloat the pot here in a 3-bet pot. So I check and it checks around. The turn is the 10 of clubs. I check again. This really isn't a good card to now start betting. I think that if he does have a jack, he's definitely not folding and he could certainly have some 10x combos. And with the board pairing on the turn, it's just harder to get pairs to fold in general. So I check, he bets $80 and I think for a little bit and I fold. Of course, there's a chance I folded the winner, but I'd rather just not get involved here. I think check folding the turn is fine. The next hand, I open pocket eights under the gun and I get called by the cutoff and the button. The small blind 3-bet's super small, so I go 20 pre-flop and the small blind 3-bet's to $50. To me, this just looks like a pot sweetener. I don't think it's anything like too strong. I'm definitely never folding, so the big blind, me, cutoff, and button all call. So super multi-way. The flop is queen of hearts, 7 of spades, 2 of spades. Now he checks to me. The small blind that 3-bet pre-flop wound up checking, so it checks over to me and I decide to bet here $65. Now, I certainly could just check, but I can't really comfortably call a bet. I don't like that. I think that because I have second pair, that I could try to bet and take it down here. Obviously, I lose to a queen. But in the event no one has a queen, I think there's a good chance I'm gonna get it through. So I bet kind of for protection here, and so I go 65. The button calls and the small blind raises to 130. So the check raise here after he 3-bet pre-flop just looks really strong to me. I'm not gonna be a hero. I decide to fold, and I'm pretty sure it was a good fold.
Thanks, Bob.
Hi.
60. Shit.
More Bob.
You can have my 10, dude.
Hey.
Oh,
Tell the people you love them.
brave.
Love you. If you guys are liking these hand histories, go ahead and hit the subscribe. That would really help me out. And also, I do have a course called the Poker Accelerator. I am offering 20% off. Just type in coupon code 20% at checkout. Visit the description box below or go to LexyGavin-Mather.com. It is a course for the tournament player, cash player. It's a little bit more beginner and then goes into some more advanced concepts, and it will help transform your game and take you from a losing player to a winning player. Go ahead and check it out, LexyGavin-Mather.com, and use coupon code 20%. Oh man. Okay, so now we're doing a bomb pot. So everybody antes $15 and everyone gets 2 cards face down. There's no pre-flop betting, and we see 2 flops, 2 turns, and 2 rivers. It's pretty wild. So this next hand is a bomb pot. Every dealer change, there's a bomb pot, and everyone antes $15. So here I have Queen 9 of diamonds already in pre-flop. And you can see I flopped top pair on the top board and I didn't flop anything on the bottom. I'm not gonna be betting here. I am probably just gonna be check folding. If I had a piece on the bottom, then for sure I would stay in the pot, but just with one pair when you're facing the whole table's random ranges, anyone can have anything. I think just, check folding is good. Although I would have turned 2 pair on the top 2 pair on the top, which I don't know, that's probably winning, but it's okay. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But after seeing the run out and the action, I don't think that there's any way I'm winning this pot if I would have stayed in. Also, again, I had nothing on the bottom, so the best I could have hoped for was that I won the top, but there's just such a good chance that I was beat. As you can see, these bomb pots get pretty wild, and it's very easy to either get crushed or just win massive pots. So I'm so glad that I didn't get involved in that, because as you can see, I would have lost the top because he had trip 5s. So many of the hands are chopped, and I didn't want to call the flop, even though I had top pair, I had Queen 9, because I could be drawing really thin to a 5, and when you're facing so many other random ranges, it's just like anyone can have a 5. So this next hand, I have pocket 4s. There is a $10 straddle on. I'm UTG +1, so I just give it a call. This is one of the situations where I think limping is actually okay. I don't necessarily want to raise under the gun 1 to like $50 with pocket 4s. It's just not that good. There's 5 callers, then the straddle goes ahead and raises to $105. I don't think I'm getting the right price to try to set mine here, even though I know that I have like better implied odds, considering if I call, there's a better chance that the players behind me call. But I think that considering no one raised pre-flop except for the straddle, that they don't have a hand that's gonna be able to call, so therefore my expected implied odds goes down. So I fold. That's a very long-winded explanation of a boring hand, but there's a lesson to be learned there. Just a side note, typically when it comes to calling small and medium pairs pre-flop, if you're wondering if you're getting the right price to set mine, typically if the call is more than 5% of your stack, then you are not getting the correct odds to set mine. So here you can see I am actually playing poker while playing poker. This was super trippy, but I love when the episodes that I've played on air. This is a show I played on called Poker Night in America on CBS Sports. Fun fact, I actually was the host of this show, the co-host alongside Chris Hansen for seasons 9 and 10. So you can check that out at whenever it airs on CBS Sports, or I believe they have those episodes on the Poker Night in America YouTube channel as well. I have played on a bunch of streams before in the past, and I absolutely love it, and I think I'm gonna get more into it. Let me know in the comments which streams you think I should be playing on TV more. So here you can see I flopped a set of 3s against Danielle Anderson, who had 2 pair. And she actually made a really good fold on the river. That was unfortunate for me, but at least I took down a nice few $1,000 pot there. So this next hand, the hijack and cutoff limp, and I raised King 10 off on the button to $30. I would not raise this against the limpers in the cutoff, but on the button you can isolate limpers a little wider since you're guaranteed position post flop. So I go $30. The big blind and a hijack call. The flop is ace of hearts, queen of clubs. So I decide to range c-bet here. This is a better board for me as the pre-flop raiser than my opponents. I'm gonna have more strong ace X in my range as well as king X, whereas they really can't represent strong Broadway combos because they just limped pre-flop. So I range c-bet $35 and the big blind calls. The turn is the ace of spades. This is definitely not the best turn card to continue betting. I mean, I now have some showdown value with my king high, and pairs, like low pairs, got negated. Sorry, it would be like aces and queens with an 8 kicker. So, I mean, I guess I could have bet, but now I just lose to, there's 2 boats out there that I lose to, so I decide not to bluff here and check, and it checks around. The river is the 9 of diamonds. He checks and I check back and he has king queen. So I'm really glad I didn't bet that because we lost to the queen. What are you saying, Lassie? Oh, bomb pot. Bomb pot, got it. He likes his bomb pots. All right, I just started racking up, but now it's a bomb pot, so obviously I have to play, and I'm probably gonna get stacked now. Now I'm racking up, and of course the dealer comes over, so it is a bomb pot, and I can't say no, but I hate playing out of the rack. It's just, I feel like it's cursed. I feel like there is just a much higher percentage of chance of getting stacked when you're playing out of the rack. Of course, that's just my superstition, and there's no statistical math behind it. But anyway, I'm so glad that I'm dealt a really bad hand of queen 4 and don't have to put another dollar in the pot. Thank you. In for $800, out for $1,145 for a profit of $345. We were up more, but led some back towards the end, but still happy that I won. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe. I will see you in the next one.